Hey, what's going on, everybody? Brian Cutler, Left in the Field Outdoors, and today we have a really cool video we're doing, and we're getting my kids' crossbow ready for the second part of the PA late season. They're home from college and they're looking to go out, and we're setting it up because we got a new scope for the crossbow, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. Let's talk a little bit about what we're using. We have the Executioner bolt from Black Eagle Arrows, and we're using the lighted knock. Okay, crossbow bolt, lighted knock. It's got a nice little switch on there. These are in .300 size, so they fit these really well. And this is the crossbow my kids use. This is a Barnett Rogue. So let's talk a little bit about this new scope from Hawke. This is a scope that Hawke made specifically for crossbows, and you need to know your crossbow speed because they sell different models based off the speed of your crossbow. And what's really cool about this crossbow is, number one, they've integrated their lit reticle system in here where you can turn on the reticle on red, green. There's 5 different brightnesses that you can use. And then on the inside of the scope, there are plenty of mil dots in there that you can use at different distances. And with this particular scope, you can magnify it. Let's see, it goes from 2 to 8. And as we're sighting it in, we're gonna put it on 6. But what you have to do is they want you to get it close at 20, shoot it at 30, adjust it, shoot it at 40, adjust it, and then shoot it and dial it straight in at 50. And once you're dialed in at 50, you're good to go the whole way through. All your dots will be good. When you look inside of the scope, inside the center of the crosshairs, that's your 30-yard mark. The very top of that post is going to be your 20. And so you want to make sure you take the time and go through and shoot and get this dialed in perfectly at 50 yards, so everything else is on and is good. So let's take a look at some of the features that we have on this crossbow, and then we're going to shoot it. We shot it in the basement at about 15 yards to get the 20 in. So I think the left and right's pretty good. We're just going to have to deal with the adjustments. Once we get to 50 yards, one click at 50 yards is basically a 1/4 of an inch. 4 clicks will move you an inch at 50 yards with this particular scope. We got a target out there at 30 yards. We got our big shot target out there at 30 yards. So we're going to shoot it once at 30 yards and see what we have to do to adjust. I know we're going to have to give it some clicks up probably, and then we'll move it to 40, and eventually we'll dial it in at 50, so we can see. There's our target right there, our big shot target. There's a little bit of a glare today, but we're gonna make it work. All right, we're gonna go live. We're gonna aim at this center. Let's see where we have it lined up. We're gonna aim at the diagonal, or the diamond at the top of the target, and we're gonna see where this shot goes. All right, so there's our first shot at 30 yards. So we're holding dead on right there. You can see the blue knock pretty well outside with it being bright. So we're gonna move the target back to 40. Okay, so the first shot was nice. Maybe just a touch left. So we moved the target back to 40 yards, and we're going to load this up again. Check everything. Knock looks great, turned on great. It's got an easy on-off switch right there. This is shot number 2 at 40 yards. Again, we're aiming for the diamond at the top of the big shot target. Okay, so again, we were aiming right here, perfectly straight. Okay, so we're going to move the target back to 50 yards. We're going to bring the sight up and shoot at 50 yards, and then we should be good at all of the other distances. All right, so we've moved the target back to 50 yards. Okay, you can see we were aiming right there. So we're gonna come up maybe about 1/2 inch. We're gonna shoot again and make sure we're not right. We've been centered the whole time through, but in 3 shots we've been able to get it into 50 yards. And again, all you got to do with this knock is that way. Pull it towards you and it turns off. All right, center dot, 50 yards. See where we're at. All right, so 50 yards, we were aiming right there, and we are dead on where we were aiming. Tad bit left, that may just have been me. But again, these knocks real easy. You can see that little button right there. You just put your fingernail in there, it's recessed, and you pull it towards the end, and it shuts off. That easy. Okay, I got to tell you, this is one of the coolest things. It's really easy. Hawke makes it super easy for you to sight this thing in just a few shots. They give you this nice little pamphlet with information inside about 10 yards and 50 yards, and 4 shots, and we're dead on at 50. I've brought the target back into 30. This is where we're going to use the center of the crosshairs. We're going to shoot the target again one more time just to make sure everything's good. So let's see what if we're all good at 30. Man, I'm really impressed with this Hawke scope. It was super easy to set up. Again, I got 15 yards in my basement. I got the left and right up and down in my basement, came out here, went 30 yards, used the center crosshairs, worked my way back to 50, dead on at 50, moved back to 30. All the mil dots there are in line. But again, you have to know how fast your crossbow is to make sure it lines up so that you don't have gaps between your increments. But again, this is the Hawke scope for the crossbow. Okay, love the dial and reticle. 2 to 8. Okay, super easy to sight in. And I can't tell you how impressed I am with these lit crossbow nocks. They're nice and bright. They go in easy, they fly well, they illuminate great, so it's easy to see your shot. Check us out on bowhunting.net. Brian Cutlinger, Left in the Field Outdoors. God bless.